News hot off the press. It looked like the push that was heard around the world has cost WNBA player Chennedy Carter her career.
Chennedy Carter's push on Caitlin Clark wasn't just a foul, it was career suicide. Now she's paying the ultimate price, her job, her reputation, and possibly even her future in the WNBA. You might be thinking, it was just a little shove, but here's where it gets interesting. The Chicago Sky are showing her the door, not even offering her a core designation. Can you believe it? Carter went from rising star to unemployed faster than a fast break.
When Tyler Marsh did the press conference, he talked about Angel Reese. He talked about Cardoso, who I think is going to be a star in the WNBA. But he did not really mention Chennedy Carter at all, and that raised a lot of eyebrows.
We all know Chennedy Carter has a reputation for stirring up trouble. In fact, she's already on her third team. And this time, she crossed a line that no one saw coming.
When she took it upon herself to put her filthy thug hands on WNBA player Caitlin Clark.
That's right. This incident sent shockwaves through the WNBA. Imagine pushing the league's golden goose. You just know you're in serious trouble. We're diving into what really went down when Chennedy Carter put her hands on Caitlin Clark. This wasn't just any game. It was the moment that changed everything.
Fire between Carter and Clark.
Did you see that? The tension on the court was already sky high. The Chicago Sky and the Iowa Hawkeyes were battling it out, and everyone was on edge. Then, out of nowhere, Carter dropped the B word and shoved Clark, taking things to a whole new level. You can see the intensity in her eyes, the split-second decision that would come back to haunt her. We've got some exclusive footage that's gonna blow your mind, angles you've never seen before, showing exactly how it all went down.
That push right there was that right there, I believe, was the push that altered her career. And I'm telling you right now, it is not looking good for Chennedy Carter.
You can hear the gasp from the crowd, see the shock on the players' faces. One player who was right there said, "I've never seen anything like it. The look on Caitlin's face. It was like she couldn't believe what just happened." Caitlin herself shared, "In that moment, I was stunned. I felt the push, and it was like time stood still. I couldn't process what had just happened." But here's where it gets really interesting. It's what happened right after that really sealed Carter's fate. The crowd erupted in boos.
For calling someone the B word while literally freaking winding up for a cheap shot. Yeah, that has to be taken into account. And then after the cheap shot, staring over and saying something before walking away. Like, you can't give... Like, that is 3 separate technical foul occasions.
Now, everyone's wondering, did Carter just push her whole career off a cliff? Because in the WNBA, it's about how you handle yourself off the court, too. And right now, Carter's not exactly winning any popularity contest.
Her future was not going to be very bright, bruh. Now, a lot of people was kind of surprised by this. I'm not, because I know. You know what I'm saying? What she did to Caitlin Clark was completely unnecessary. And I'm here to tell you guys, she's living with that decision today because she is without a job.
There were some big-time scouts in the stands that day, people who could make or break careers. One scout told us, "It's not just the push, it's the attitude afterwards. In this league, we're looking for players who can handle pressure, who can be role models. What we saw that day, it's not what we want in a franchise player."
Right.
You're jealous.
Bigger
that
rings.
was a Bush League play, and it needs to be addressed. That was a flagrant foul. That was unnecessary. Flagrant, anything deemed to be unnecessary. I need somebody to explain to me, why was that necessary?
After that shocking push, Carter had a chance to make things right. You know what she did instead? She looked at the reporters and said, "I didn't say anything on the play before bumping in with Caitlin." Can you believe it? No apology, no explanation, just nothing. It's like she thought if she ignored the problem, it would go away. But here's where it gets really interesting. It didn't go away, it got worse.
She turned to you a little bit after the few
I
reports.
answered no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
Standing on the play before bumping in with Caitlin.
As y'all heard there, man, Chennedy Carter let it be known she was not answering any Caitlin Clark questions. And I'm telling you right now, she probably wished she should have, because she's without a job.
teammates. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but she's a star player, right? Surely that counts for something. Well, apparently not. The Chicago Sky's general manager came out with this bombshell.
Chennedy Carter had an incredible season for us last year, but in a statement provided by the Chicago Times, she's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level. In our league, we absolutely appreciate what she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and will make changes to our rosters. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent.
Whoa, did you catch that? They're not just talking about her skills on the court. They're talking about how she fits with the team. But wait, there's more. Remember Carter's teammate, Angel Reese? Well, word on the street is they're not exactly besties anymore. In fact, Reese unfollowed Carter on social media. Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just social media. But in today's world, that's a big deal. It's like a neon sign flashing locker room drama for everyone to see.
I mean, look, maybe she's part of the culture problem. But that's very interesting. You know, I assumed, I'm not going to lie to you, I assumed the Chicago Sky was going to bring her back.
And it's not just Reese. Sources inside the team are spilling the tea, and it's piping hot. They're saying that some of Carter's teammates don't even want her on the roster anymore. Can you imagine going from star player to persona non grata just like that?
They said Chennedy Carter not getting an offer from the Sky means one thing. Someone influential in the locker room did not want her on the team. You never let your best offensive player and arguably your best player walk away from nothing unless there are locker room issues.
Now, let's talk about that decision not to offer Carter a qualifying offer. In the WNBA, that's practically unheard of for a leading scorer. It's like the Sky are saying, we'd rather have no one than have you. Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
I mean, she can score with the lights out. I mean, she's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard, an instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team? I wouldn't.
But here's where it gets really crazy. Some people are saying this isn't just about the locker room or even about that push. They're saying it's about the future of the WNBA itself. Think about it. Caitlin Clark is like the golden goose right now. She's bringing in fans, attention, and maybe even a better bargaining agreement for all the players. By pushing Clark, did Carter accidentally push herself right out of the league? So here's the deal. Carter's an unrestricted free agent now. But guess what? Nobody's lining up to sign her. You'd think a player of her caliber would have teams fighting over her, right? Wrong. We talked to insiders from every WNBA team, and what they told us is absolutely shocking.
Whereas no team wants the cancer in the locker room. Okay, so that raises a great question. Is anybody going to want her? Maybe that's the best question. I mean, certainly there's real attitude